Just we're going to take one question, which has come in from Hendrik Hensel, about, he's saying he's not sure about the timeline of when the article came out and where the bulk of the research took place. Was it from the US or on the ground? And did you need to revisit some of the print reporting once you'd done the documentary, or was that all done afterwards? And I think back to the question I had originally of how did you merge this research with the production?
So Jay and Lauren are killed in July of 2019. Sorry, in July of 2018. And I believe my first print story was a day or so after they were killed, when ISIS claims it through their official propaganda. And then my big feature on them was August 7th of 2018. So essentially within a week, of their death. We then go to Tajikistan. Singeli, help me out. It was around Thanksgiving, right? So it was November or October, November of 2018.
It was October. But I would say in that period of time when we were waiting on a visa, I hired a Tajik-speaking researcher in New York, and we were, because Rukmini's reporting was the incident and then largely on the life of Jay and Lauren, and what we didn't know is anything about the attackers and who they were. Right. That information had not come out, and I hired a researcher in New York who spoke Tajik and helped us sift through the social media profiles of the attackers and all their contacts. And so it was this exhaustive weeks-long process where I was working with, someone who could read basically the Tajik equivalent of Facebook, and sort of find these breadcrumbs that we were chasing in order to know which town we needed to go to, and piece together who could take us to the various regions. So it was weeks of work. And then once we got into Tajikistan, of course, that opens up a whole another layer of avenues. But a lot of the work was done, I would say, in between the print article and our deployment.
And then I think we were in Tajikistan October, November, a little bit end of October, beginning of November, and then we came back for Thanksgiving, and then I went back to interview Hussein, I think first week of December, if that's not incorrect, or maybe end of November.
Late November, yep.
Late November. And then it ran when my son was roughly a month and a half. So that was in May or June of 2019. Does that sound right? Yeah.
The joys of television cycles.
That's right. It ran much later. And no, I never went back and rehashed the print article. There was nothing inaccurate about the print article. It was just that we discovered a lot more that became the bulk of the movie.